Have you ever felt awestruck watching a magnetic, charismatic man effortlessly attract incredible women into his life? It's almost like he's oozing some indescribable essence that short-circuits the female mind and makes them putty in his hands. Well, what if I told you that this seemingly supernatural power of attraction is no longer a mystery? That there are specific psychological secrets you can learn to rewire your mindset and behavior to become catnip to the opposite sex. In this video, you'll discover the 3 undeniable secrets of primal attraction that turn you into a high-value man who beautiful, high-caliber women relentlessly pursue. These aren't just gimmicky dating tactics or pickup lines. We're talking elite mind control techniques that tap into the primal subconscious signals which make a woman lust after you on a reptilian hindbrain level. Imagine having the intoxicating aura of the supremely confident alpha males who always seem to have their pick of the litter. Desirable women constantly trying to earn your attention rather than the other way around. That aura of scarcity, sex appeal, and challenge is exactly what the 3 irrefutable secrets will hardwire into your personality and vibe. Mouth-watering qualities like a charged, unapologetic masculine essence that shatters her reality, supreme self-assuredness without being arrogant or conceited, a naturally attractive rhythm of push and pull in your energy, the ability to emotionally attune and create profound connections. With these secrets, the chase dynamic gets completely flipped. She won't be able to resist obsessing over you, constantly trying to earn your commitment and attraction. This system doesn't rely on manipulative tactics or negative behavior. These are powerful mindset and communication tools to authentically embody the powerful presence she craves. Whether you're looking for commitment with a high-value partner, casual flings, or just want to amplify your magnetic pull, these secrets will level up your game forever. So get ready to shed that nice guy approval-seeking conditioning and permanently become a source, not chaser, of intense romantic attraction. Let's dive into the first of the 3 irrefutable secrets now. Number 1, communicate to spark desire. The first of the 3 secrets is perhaps the most important, learning how to communicate in a way that triggers uncontrollable feelings of attraction and desire within her. You see, most men derail their chances right out of the gate by relying on drab, fact-based communication that suffocates any spark of passion or romance. Boring interview questions and small talk that might as well have been scripted by a robot. Women, however, are wired to be stimulated by the unpredictability and possibility that emotionally charged conversation creates. They crave experiences that spark their imagination and take them on a multi-sensory journey. So the first secret is to completely abandon boring logical conversation in favor of expressive language that paints vivid pictures and taps into her fantasies. Imagine you spot an attractive woman at a dimly lit wine bar. Instead of using a dull opener like "what do you do for work?" you feed her imagination with something like "hey, let me get your opinion on something." Let's say we get into this heated debate about which wine is superior, full-bodied reds or zesty whites. How do you think that deliciously spirited argument would ultimately get resolved? Within seconds, her eyes will light up as she begins actively visualizing and experiencing that hypothetical scenario play out with you. Her mind is now invested in the romantic imagination you've unlocked simply through suggestive communication. This visceral mental simulation will create a feeling of desire and attraction toward you, even though you've technically said nothing overtly sexual at all. Her mind is now working overtime to experience the seductive tension and possibility you've created through your unique way with words. This secret of sparking her imagination operates at a deep subconscious level that most men are completely oblivious to. To master it is to gain an endless wellspring of attraction before you go. But of course, learning to speak and arouse mental desire is only one piece of the puzzle, because there's another profound layer of primal attraction you need to communicate as well. Number 2, master the rhythm of desire. The second of the three undeniable secrets is to communicate through a naturally attractive rhythm, the primal energetic cycle of passion and repose that all attraction follows. Think about the essence of life itself and how it ebbs and flows rhythmically. Periods of intense activity and excitement contrasted by moments of stillness and calm, just like your own heartbeat. Well, a woman's romantic desire follows this exact same wavelength pattern. If you cannot lead her through alternating states of anticipation and release, her attraction fizzles out. Too much of one constant energy level is utterly boring and predictable to her. A never-ending stream of dull conversation or sexual intensity ultimately becomes repulsive. Instead, you must follow the rises and falls of sexual polarity, embodying the masculine aggressor 1 minute, then transitioning into the strong, silent type, then building things back up again into feverish tension. It's this rhythmic interplay that women instinctually crave. Just like a melodic bass line or a slow dance alternates between pushing and pulling, building anticipation, and then paying it off. An effortless example would be engaging her in a spirited debate on a mutually passionate topic. Eyes locked, voices raised as your energetic rivalry reaches a crescendo. Then suddenly easing off the accelerator, shifting into a quieter moment, and allowing the sexual tension to simmer before reigniting those flames once more. This ability to lead her through dynamic arcs of emotional flow, rather than remaining stuck in a flatline state, keeps her utterly riveted by your presence. The magic comes when you combine rhythm and polarity mastery with the imagination, stoking words we covered in secret number 1. This 1-2 punch borders on hypnotic for the feminine psyche. So now, you've primed her to associate you with the cocktail of emotional states that constitute desire, intrigue, passion, playfulness, mystery. But there's one key final layer you need to truly go deep and forge that profound, intimate connection every woman craves, creating deep emotional connections. You've ignited her imagination and fantasies around being with you through suggestive communication. You've tapped into her rhythmic polarity needs by leading her through peaks and valleys of sexual energy like a masterful dance. Now, it's time for the third of the irrefutable secrets, learning how to emotionally and soulfully attune to her inner world. To access that deep place of vulnerability and true intimacy she rarely gets to share. You see, most interactions that a woman experiences tend to be fairly superficial, never cracking the surface to explore her more private emotional realms. Her rich inner feelings, fears, desires, and unspoken truths often go unexpressed. But when you're the man who can channel those parts of herself and verbalize that subtext, and when you can create a space for her to feel truly seen and emotionally validated, the connection becomes profoundly intimate. Imagine she shares about a lack of passion in her corporate job, and most men would respond with logic like, "Well, have you thought about looking for a new job?" But as an emotionally attuned man, you'd respond with, "It sounds like you feel this deep frustration and sense of restlessness, like some creative fire within you is being slowly extinguished by the grind." Just by articulating her emotional truth, you've blown her mind. You've shown the gift of being able to peer into her internal world, a level of intimacy very few people ever experience with her. The key is to listen beyond just the literal words she says to the underlying feelings behind them. Ask clarifying questions like, "How did that experience feel for you emotionally?" Then validate those feelings through your empathetic reflections. This emotional exchange reveals depth and layers to both your personalities. It transcends the superficial and truly binds you together in sublime intimacy. Of course, you'll want to balance those deeper bonding moments by shifting fluidly between different energy states. One moment soulfully deep, another playfully feisty. Mastering that dance of polarities is what creates the enthralling sexual friction. When you integrate verbal seduction, rhythmic leadership, and profound emotional attunement, you become a wandering vortex of masculine polarity that is utterly irresistible to the feminine essence. No longer are you just another nice guy throwing out mediocre conversation and boring banter. With the 3 secrets of primal attraction hardwired into your psyche, you are an integrated force of dynamic charisma. One moment, you're igniting her imagination with vivid fantasy scenarios that have her hanging on your every descriptive word. The next, you're captivating her through rhythmic energy spikes of passion and calm masculine presence. And just when she's ravenously hooked by the seductive tension, you tear down her walls with emotional intelligence and deep sensitivity, forging a soul bond that makes her feel truly cherished and witnessed. This multi-threaded experience of imagination, polarity play, and intimacy is pure sorcery for the feminine mind. She becomes insatiable in her attraction, constantly craving to be immersed in the reality you weave. At your deepest level, you've embodied the archetypal lovers featured in epic tales, possessing unshakable self-assurance, yet profound emotional availability. Utterly confident in your grounded presence, yet willing to open up your kaleidoscopic inner world. With these secrets, you are now both the wildly passionate lover lusted after, as well as the transcendent source she can experience her deepest humanity with. An utterly addictive paradox of primal lust and spiritual intimacy. The chase is over. You are now the supremely self-assured, multi-layered man of value that high-caliber women hungrily compete for your enduring desire and commitment. This transformation is available to any man who internalizes and embodies the 3 undeniable secrets of primal attraction.